Okay, what's going on, everyone? Well, this is, I believe, the first video on this channel, and it is the first in a series of videos on how to play songs by my band, Jaded. You can find us kind of pretty much everywhere by Jaded Band IOW, which is Isle of Wight. So let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's go. Okay, so first thing to note is this song is in drop D. And it's pretty easy. All you have to do is take this low E string, which normally sounds like that, and take it to there. So that it's the same pitch as your D string. But the whole guitar is D, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, and the first part I'll show you is the chorus, which is pretty simple. It is, you take, a lot of this song, by the way, is just kind of barring the frets because they're power chords and, you know, heavy. So yeah, what you want to do is you bar across this first fret, across these first two strings. So it's first fret, low D, and A. And your kind of strumming pattern is as such. Okay. That little bit there is the next part, which is just a slide from that first fret to the third fret. And then you go open. And then from that, so from that open, you go into a couple of little chugs. I'm not 100% sure of the strumming pattern off my head, but I will, you know, if you listen to it, you can hear how those chugs go. But the next part is you want a D power chord with the 5th fret of the A and the 7th fret of the D. And then slide that up to 6 and 8. And then back down to 5 and 7. And then all the way down to 1 and 3. So. And then you do some more chugging on the open A, D and A strings. And then kind of the same thing, but a little variation at the end. So that is 5, 6, 5. These are all power chords. So 5 and 7, 6 and 8, 5 and 7, 9 and 11, and then 10 and 12. So altogether that is. And you know it goes around twice. Next part is the verse, which is even more simple than the chorus, and it is just a bunch of chugs. So you go open. There's a lot of this is palm muted, by the way. So you take this bit of your hand and you put it just past your string, the saddles of your string here. This is the bridge. This is the saddles. So you want to put your hand just past the saddles, and it gives a little bit more percussive edge, which is always good for, again, metal heavy stuff. So yeah, again, you want to take the first fret here, and you go from open to first fret, all palm muted. Right. And that repeats twice. That little pattern. There is another part which so each guitarist, there's 3 guitarists in my band, and each of us has a different part, and hopefully maybe I'll get them on here and we can look at the whole song kind of together. But for now, just kind of teaching you my part. And that is the verse. So we've done verses and choruses, and that's pretty much everything up until there's a slow finger-picked part, which is played by one of the guitarists in the band called Archie Rouse. He is a very good player. He also has a solo in this song, which I will try and get him on here to teach as well. But yeah, great player, and I do not know this part, unfortunately, so I will not be teaching it here. But during that part, I have a small little melodic line that goes over a certain part of it, and it goes like this. It is... Okay, so that bit, again, it's not the most difficult thing in the world. It's essentially just all on the high E string. 12, 10, 8, 7. But on the 12, you want a half step bend. And then release to the 10. And then the 10 is a whole step bend to the 8. The 8 is a whole step bend to the 7. And then the second go round you do that, you hold on that. And you hold on that 8 a little bit longer, then go to the 7, and then go to a 5. Okay, and then there's a small little part where I build on an A chord, an A power chord, while the other guitarist, Ellis, Wragg, another good guitarist, does the same thing but on that D. And so from there you go into a bridge. I would call it a bridge. Other people would call it a middle section. No, I wouldn't. I would call it a middle section. Other people call it a bridge. Got it the wrong way around. And the bridge is, again, not the most difficult thing in the world. Is... Okay, and that is just a strumming pattern of da 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 da, and that goes from the 7 on the again barred D and A strings, and then that goes 7, 5, 3, 2, and then right at the end you want to come up and do a 10 and then a 9, and so that builds that allows you to start the phrase over again. That phrase kind of that phrase repeats, I think, 4 or 5 times, and then it goes into a breakdown section, which is probably the simplest part of the song, and it is just quite literally that. So 2nd fret, barring across the D and A, and then 1st fret, barring across the D and A. And then sometimes I'll throw in a pinch harmonic on that 1st fret on the A. From there, same chords, but it's a... and then it goes into a little little Gajira pick scrape. And then you repeat that phrase again, and then from there finish on that 2nd fret D and A string, and that is pretty much the whole song. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and you know, again, please follow my band. We are Jaded Band IOW on everything, and if you can, if you want to, you know, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the band stuff, leave a like, leave likes, always appreciated, everything helps. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.